We're going to focus on the next game, of course, which is happening tomorrow or later today. Yeah, it's Hyderabad playing Rajasthan, so SRH hosting the Royals. Would you say? All right, first let's look at the teams. Let's look at the teams and see if you'd make any changes, because you're looking at Kane Williamson maybe coming in,
yes,
which means you've got David Warner and Johnny Bairstow opening. Now, what do you do?
Well, the most obvious thing is that Williamson comes in for Bairstow and Saha comes in for, say, someone like Pathan.
Okay.
But if it's even slightly bouncy, they might want to play Billy Stanlake, because the three bowlers they're playing, that's Bhuvneshwar, Sandeep Sharma, Siddharth Kaul, all pretty similar.
Yeah.
Similar pace, similar height, similar line. They might want to play 6'8" or whatever, 7 foot plenty, Billy Stanlake. But if they've got to play Stanlake, they leave out Shakib. Then they got to play Shahbaz Nadeem. It means you're making 4 or 5 changes.
Now,
I don't know if they want to make those.
I'm just asking you, is it a possibility? Because I would love to watch it. Is there a possibility of being Warner, Bairstow, Williamson?
They like Williamson to open the batting.
Yeah.
Because at 3 the game is set up. They'll want Williamson to open the batting. Then does Bairstow bat at 3? What do you think?
My brain's still with that Mumbai game. Sorry, I need that list out.
Come on.
But I'll tell you one thing. If your brain is not on that game, you're not normal, because it's that kind of game.
No, because it was one of those games that's going to change a lot.
We got a job to do.
Sorry, let me look at the first bowlers. Siddharth Kaul, Sandeep Sharma, Rashid Khan and Bhuvnesh. So you got 4 bowlers there. And you're saying Williamson joining Johnny Bairstow. So what?
If Williamson comes to a Bairstow, Shakib has to go out.
Yeah, Shakib. I think Shakib. But then you are short by a bowler.
So then Shahbaz Nadeem comes in for Yusuf Pathan.
Yeah.
And then you play the. Yeah.
Could be that could be, or. You know,
but they still have only 5 bowlers, because Vijay Shankar only bowls for India,
so
not for.
I think Johnny Bairstow probably misses out, and I agree with you. And Saha comes in, and you'll have to leave one of these middle order players out. So who do you leave out now? Vijay Shankar is the flavour of this season. Then
he did well in the first match.
No, he's a good player, because people who you don't see somebody.
You got Huda and Pathan.
So between Huda and Pathan, Huda's done well for them last year. Pathan is an emotional one again. Would you leave him out? You should.
Probably.
If he's going to.
I guess. They still have Ricky Bhui who's in there. There's Abhishek Sharma who did really well. They transferred from Delhi.
Oh, there are so many.
With Sunrise, you can pick 2 teams.
Yeah, you really can. You can play one team against the other, essentially. But yeah, so it's going to be a tough call, and we're going to find out tomorrow in the evening when we're here. There's also the Rajasthan Royals. Let's look at the Rajasthan squad and see if you'd make any changes.
First thing I would do if I was Rajasthan Royals, I'd get all the anger from the previous game out.
Yeah.
Well, they must have done that long ago, actually.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of anger that day.
True.
I was at that game. There was a lot of anger that day. They've got to get all that anger out, number one, and they've got to tell Joss Butler to kick the habit of standing outside the crease.
Yeah.
Did you see today? Hardik Pandya was a yard outside.
Yes.
He was 1 yard outside. They have to run you out in that situation.
Yeah.
You cannot let someone be a yard outside in a close game like this.
But
So anyway, we are back to the Rajasthan.
I said it after that. You were not here that day. I said it. Well, then why not? I think we should just have 4 or 5 more dismissals like this, so that the non-striker just never leaves.
Or just have the law. The law says that till your ball is released, you don't leave the crease. That's it. It just changes everything. The law says if it hits the stumps, you're bowled, right?
Yeah.
The law says if you're caught, you're out, right?
True.
The law
And it says if you're an inch short when you're running, you're run out. No, we're not doing it. We're not going into that conversation today. I promised you. Yes, we're coming back. We'll ask Ajay's opinion on the Rajasthan Royals. Would you like to make any changes there?
Yeah, I look at Tripathi there, and he's done well in the past, but at the top of the order.
Yeah,
so I feel you could use him better. Krishnappa Gautam, I know a lot of people like him, but if you're going to bowl that first over and let the opposition or somebody like Chris Gayle get set and then take him off and use him as a striker, so those are 2 players that I think. I'm looking at teams, how can they get better from where
Sorry, they also had Prashant Chopra, who was in the middle order, hit a few blows last year, I remember. Wasn't that Prashant Chopra hit a bit?
Last year, no, I'm not sure Prashant Chopra played. No.
He played last year.
He was in the squad. Let's get that team up.
Yeah, let's get the team up again. I think he played 1 or 2 games where, I don't know why it's in my mind,
Unless
he showed
you
a little bit of promise last year.
Unless you confuse Abhishek Sharma, who was...
No, not Abhishek Sharma. It was Prashant Chopra for the Rajasthan Royals.
Okay. But they can also play Mahipal Lomro, who's had a very good season. He's a left-hander. He's come out of the same under-19 squad.
Yeah.
But he also bowls a bit of left arm. So they've got Krishnappa Gautam, who's the off spinner, Gopal the leg spinner. So maybe for Rahul Tripathi they could play someone like a Mahipal Lomror who gives them a little bit more.
Yeah,
They like Tripathi because he just goes for it. But he's really, you're right, he's just floating.
because normally I would have said, one of those, I take one of those two out, Tripathi or Gautam, and put in Varun Arun, but not in this game because you're playing against SRH. The top guys that
In
they have,
Hyderabad.
in Hyderabad, and they're all overseas players and all openers, Williamson. So they would probably not be pushed by that pace. But if you're playing against a side where there's an Indian batting lineup, or what you saw today, when the Mumbai Indians were batting first, when you had real quick bowling happening, it is not the same for striking it.
Yeah.
So how you use them as well. So I think that is one change that I'd always look at. Tripathi, Mandeep Singh, they're good players. Not trying to say they're good players, but they're guys who play at the top of the order when they play for their team.
Who are forced
But
to
if you're going to
play
use
number
them at 6
yeah.
and 7, even Grandham, you saw what happens at 6 and 7.
Yeah.
You got to give people time at that stage, or somebody who's just going to come and throw his bat. And these guys are pure players.
Yeah. So
use them better.
Our
Use that
director-
number 6 and 7 better.
our director did some digging. Prashant Chopra did play one game last
There
year.
you go, you are right then.
But he scored 8 runs, which means he got one good hit. So last year, obviously there's something, must have been some hit, because I remember the ball hitting his bat and saying, oh, this kid could be good, but he only played one game. So, well,
Yeah,
you
but
never
it was
know.
a hit that mattered. One hit away today, this team was.
That's right.
If
You
Dubey
could-
had hit one more,
One more, you would have gone,
It
wow,
would
you
have
remember
changed.
this kid for a while then. All right, so that's tomorrow. Obviously, it happens in Hyderabad, so that means you expect it. Do you still expect it to play like
It's the first game, they're allowed to wait and see. Normally it tends to be a little slow, but you
Yeah.
have to wait and see. Yeah.
slow, and it's a big ground. It's a
Big ground.
It's a big ground, so you don't have. So it's pretty much the direct opposite of Chinnaswamy. So you're probably not going to get a 360-run game over there, but you will get to watch some good bowling, and of course, if the bowlers can utilize those conditions, then it's fun watching that. T20 cricket is about bowlers also. It's not just today. It was the bowlers who won the match, not the batsmen. Okay.